My Vivid Scribbles dot grid journals just arrived from Amazon. I'll put a link below for you. These are what they look like when they're taken out. So I got this purpley color that I really absolutely love. It's one of my favorite colors. This one I got in November because in November I start planning for the next year. So I start going through and adding in my calendars, and then this is my planner for July. And I decorated. I use the bullet journal method. I was going to start just making my own like junk journal for my planning, but because I own 3 companies, it just wasn't feasible. And I have so many things I need to transfer from day to day that I don't think it would be possible. So each journal is for a quarter. So there's 3 quarters. Right. No. Yeah. So there's 3 quarters in a year. So every 4 months I do a new journal. I try to keep it themed. This is for March, of course. I'm half Irish. So of course this is great for me to have, all my Irish kind of stuff in there. And then in the back is where I do my regular journaling. See, so once it's all done, what I've done, one of the things I found over the years, I've been using this bullet journal method for about 5 years now. And so each year I kind of make it just a little bit different and more efficient. So what I've done here is now I've added, and I use these tabs for important things because like I said, I use it for work and personal. Everything's in here. And so what I do is I put in my goals in here, and then I'll be able to refer to them over and over again. So what I do is I have the calendar, then I have pages to journal on, and then I have the calendar. And after each calendar page, I have another page to journal on. So then calendar page, places to journal, calendar page, the week, and then I do 1 week for each layout, and then places to journal. And I do this over and over again. And so in February, it's the same thing. This is where I'll put my goals for February, and then we have calendar, then we have page, then we have calendar, then we have a layout to journal on, and so forth. And so I keep doing this with each time. I love to use washi tape and stickers because it makes it faster. When I do my junk journaling, I do it a little different. I do use embellishments and different methods, but for bullet journaling, this has seemed to be most efficient for me. So now I did this one from January until the end of April, is all in here. And then I have, of course, all of my work stuff and writing and doing all that sort of thing. And in the back, I put all my accounting and things like that for taxes and stuff like that. So I wanted to get a start off, and what I usually do is in the very back of the book, of the first book of the year, I'll put everyone's birthdays and stuff like that. So I've changed that up a little bit, and I'm buying all 3 of the journals that I'll need for the year. And then I'm going to take here in January, I'm going to take these other ones for, May through August and September through December, and put everybody's birthdays directly into the books before I, start doing the calendars. Because I can't do it all. So like in April, I'll start doing the May one, and then in August, I'll start on this one. So I want to show you, this comes in a box, and inside the box, you get this little for you, and I always use these in my journaling. I save them. Then they give you a little thank you card, which again, I always repurpose and use. Then they give you stickers that are planner stickers. And because I don't use planning in this method, I typically don't use these very much, but I do love to use this sheet of them for decorations, and embellishing my pages. And then it comes in, and they have different colors. And so this year, for my May through August, I chose this pink one. So this is the pink, and it is 160 GSM, so it's very little bleeding. Now, if you use alcohol markers, yes, those will bleed through, but everything else I have found, I can use Sharpies that are like the thin ones, and those are fine. That's what I use to fill in. This is my Sharpie black pen to fill in my completed tasks each day. And then this is just basically, they do have an index in here, and there's quite a lot of pages. It says there's 200 numbered dot grid pages. So if you like to do dot grids, this is a great way to do your bullet journaling. So then in the front, you will have an index. I rarely use the indexes, use them for other things. And then the next book that I got, let me just open this real quick and take all the goodies out real quick. This one is going to be for the rest of the year up until Christmas, and it's this teal color, which I absolutely love. I have some other years where I've used this teal. I have this used in a different year. I don't believe I have that particular pink. It was a different pink. They'll also have a gold, black, and a silver, so you can just look and see what they have for you to order, and I will link that below for you. Anyway, this is an amazing, I just love this method of bullet journaling, and along with all my junk journaling, this has just proven to be the best way because I do own 3 businesses, and I'm always starting new companies and new businesses, and then I have my family stuff, and I have my personal life and my health and my exercise, and it's just easier to compact it all in here. I do have separate journals from my scripture study, and I do scripture journaling inside my Bibles, in my scriptures, but I also have separate books for just those, and I have another one for affirmation. So I do have some separate ones, and I'm going to do in ideas. I found a lady on Etsy selling beautiful paper printables to do a craft idea book, which is one of the things that I'm going to be doing this year as well. My Faber-Castell pens. My June layout in my bullet journal.